Alrighty, welcome to Fire Walk with us. I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
And Justin.
And this week we're talking about the Twin Peaks episode, Masked Ball. Quick plot synopsis. Following the mysterious disappearance of Major Briggs, Cooper and Truman investigate his research with the Air Force, which is involved in classified dealings with paranormal events, which includes an unofficial search for a place called the White Lodge and the Black Lodge. Cooper refuses to offer defense to Agent Hardy and instead confuses the IA agent with more mystical talk. Later, a transvestite DEA agent named Denise Bryson arrives to investigate the drug charges against Cooper. All of Twin Peaks gathers for the wedding of Doug Milford to a young gold digger named Lana Budding. On the road, James stops into the small town several miles from Twin Peaks, where a young, wealthy heiress named Evelyn Marsh picks him up and offers him a job to fix her husband's car. Back in Twin Peaks, Nadine tries to win Mike Nelson's affections with her superhuman strength, which instead nets the eyes of the school's wrestling coach. Ben Horn is further distraught after learning from Hank that Jean Renault has ousted him as the owner of One-Eyed Jacks, and Hank is now under Renault's employment. While Catherine also reveals her presence back in Twin Peaks, Dick Tremaine tries to train himself for parenthood when he takes a young, rambunctious orphan boy named Little Nicky under his wing to impress Lucy. Meanwhile, Josie shows up on Truman's doorstep, revealing that she has run away from her employer, a South African gangster named Thomas Deckard, who is now looking for her. When Truman confesses to help Josie, she goes to Catherine, who agrees to help her under her own conditions. Also, it's revealed that Andrew Packard, whom Eckhart hired Josie to kill and who then subcontracted Hank to do the deed, is alive and plans with Catherine to bring down Josie.
So yeah, lots of people in the town that aren't exactly spiritual or have particular things, they're not good at their murdering jobs.
Murdering jobs?
Okay, so the first thing, when the credits are rolling and we see David Duchovny's name come up, I immediately got excited.
Supposed yay?
Because he plays Dennis, or Denise.
Oh. Denise is nice.
He's just a guy who likes wearing women's clothes.
Do you know who that actor is?
No.
Denise is nice.
Do you know who the actor is?
Not specifically with the outfit that he was on.
Who?
Seriously, it's Mulder.
Mulder?
From the X-Files?
Oh, now I can see it.
Okay.
Is he wearing a fake nose?
That makes sense.
I don't know. Maybe.
Even though I've only seen one episode of it.
You should remedy that. We get a phone call from Gordon Cole.
Yes.
Every time that Gordon is on the show, it makes me happy.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Now I know the things.
Oh, okay. So there's a scene where they're talking to Cooper, and one of the agents has a Mac laptop.
Yes.
A Mac laptop in 1991 or something.
That thing it's got to be 6 inches thick and about 20 pounds.
Nah, wouldn't be too surprised with its makeup.
Oh.
Yikes.
So, at this bar that James is at, that's a little while outside of Twin Peaks, he goes over to the jukebox and he plays the same song that Bobby played in the pilot.
I didn't notice that.
Yes. We get our first real reference to the Black Lodge, and we learn a bit more about the lodges in this episode.
Kablach.
Ben watches a film about the Great Northern, the original building, like the groundbreaking ceremony.
Yep.
We get a phone call and a letter from, it's just a chess move from Wyndham Earle. Actually, it's a tape recording that he gets, not a phone call.
Yeah.
The log lady is at the wedding.
Apparently, yeah.
She always enjoys those weddings.
Oh my god.
Well, it has good food and there's dancing.
Josie becomes Catherine's maid.
Hey everybody, are you tired of the old Cinderella story? Well, here's a new one in this TV show.
Apparently so.
At the very end, we find out that Andrew Packard is still alive.
oh yay, another person who we thought is dead but now is actually alive and who's going to be causing all the craziness.
Yes.
Which one was Andrew Packard?
The gentleman at the end that had the cane that was speaking with Catherine.
Yes, he was Josie's husband. And then she inherited the mill when everybody thought he was dead.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yes. So, what did you all learn in this episode about Twin Peaks?
Something supposedly big happened because of this episode.
Oh, what's that?
Well, I'm not particularly sure, but the ending's different.
What do you mean?
The ending
Well,
credits at the very
it
end of
showed
the
the-
show doesn't show Laura Palmer.
Yeah.
Of course, obviously, because everything's kind of solved with her.
It
It
almost has nothing to
shows
do
the
with
start
anymore.
of the film that
Ben Horn.
Ben Horn watches.
Yes. You'll notice how Ben is acting a little odd in this episode.
Yes, he is. He's what? Is he Ben now or Bob? He is Ben.
Ben is Bob!
Well,
But
I mean,
no, I honestly kind of tossed this up to his kind of typical enthusiasticness. That and the fact that he got tricked by Catherine, was stuck in prison, found out that his best friend was a crazy killer, and lost a whole bunch of monies for all those particular things. Then, of course, all the additional stuff with Hank that came in.
Yeah, and of course being almost basically being convicted of Laura's
well, he wasn't
kill.
convicted.
Well, not convicted, but like
Brought in
Brought in.
police-wise and
Yeah,
prison
he was
and
questioned
whatnot.
about it.
yes.
So you don't think they're going to do anything wacky with Ben, huh?
Oh,
The only one
they
particular
would.
thing that I have in mind is his new fascination with feng shui.
So you don't think that he's going to lose his mind and think he's like...
He's already lost it.
You don't think he's going to like lose his mind and think that he's, you know, like, I don't know, Civil War era general or anything?
Oh no, Nadine is apparently a high schooler now who presses like 600 pounds and
No.
tries to win over Mike.
I think like it's leg press.
It was a leg press.
bit.
Leg press. Okay, it wasn't
It's a
bench
bit
press.
different.
Okay.
Nah, I don't think it was so much. Nah, I suppose to impress him.
So yeah,
And at one
they're going to
point-
do some wacky stuff. with
And at one point, she also throws a guy halfway across the field into.
They do a volleyball net.
Yeah.
No, she's fairly enthusiastic
Oh.
about cheerleading.
Yes. Every
The sad
time.
thing is that she is a typical teenager from it is because sure there's Ed who's very dependable and whatnot, but goddamn that boy has some nice buns.
Yeah, every time Nadine is on screen, the show is just fantastic.
Yeah.
I worry every time.
Yeah, but it's always funny.
I'm like, oh
Eh.
no, now what?
It's always entertaining.
Meh.
I get it, but yeah.
So we find out a little bit about the white and black lodges in this.
They're fancy spiritual things that relate to that one gentleman who's very good at policing.
I mean, Hawk.
Yes.
Okay, yes. Well, he tells us a little bit about them. So what do you know about the black and the white lodge?
They're spiritual places, and one is very evil, and the other one's all yayness. But if you go to either of them, they're going to take you through some craziness.
Okay.
Also, if you're not quite prepared for the Black Lodge, it will consume you.
Yes. If you attempt to enter the Black Lodge with less than perfect courage, it will destroy you.
That's perfect.
Yeah, that's not worrying at all.
No, not at all.
So, we know that the show, because I've told you, is going to get more spiritual in nature.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the black and white lodges are going to be important.
In that regard, we don't know where the plot will really end up leading at this point, other than we know that there's a few lodges and someone went missing and whatever.
So, my question would be is,
Like, what would make them want to go to the lodges in the first place?
well, there's a, I mean, I could answer that question, but that would kind of ruin a big chunk of the next couple episodes.
Then I'll wait
Yeah.
then.
But,
Yeah.
We need that sort of reasoning.
yeah, so they are definitely going to get into why people want to go to the lodges.
Yes, okay.
It's going to get interesting.
That's good.
About as interesting as the father-son things that's going on with Dick and Andy.
No, that's just hilarious.
Yeah, because that kid's having an absolute blast being around two guys that don't know how to be a father.
They're both such idiots.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, it's great. So, Do either of you have any questions for me after this episode?
How insane is it going to be with Nadine joining up with wrestling?
Nadine in high school is going to be a blast.
Blast is in whole hoorayness, or blast is in, oh dear goodness, I can't watch this?
You will be thoroughly entertained.
So says you, but we'll have to see.
Well,
she may
okay.
actually graduate again.
Have you found it entertaining so far with her stuff in high school?
Yeah, decently cute, mildly concerning in certain respects, but yeah, on the whole, fairly entertaining.
They're going to double down on this.
Oh dear God.
Well, I mean, it's better than her plot with the drapes, I guess, so far.
Oh, Justin, the drapes are going to come back.
Oh, God.
Oh.
But I don't think they come back until, like, season 3. And then even then, it's just, like, a short little reference.
Okay.
It's not, like, a huge plot point or anything.
Okay.
So, did you have any questions for me, Justin?
Right now, no.
No?
How bad is James gonna dive deeply into the things with this new 80?
So, as much as I was hoping that James was going off on his bike to get acting lessons, he's still on the show. This is going to last for a while. It's not going to be terribly important. It's basically just they don't want to have him in the town at this point, and they had to find something for him to do.
Yeah,
Okay.
I suppose.
Yeah.
So that's
Until he
the
comes
entire
back
reason
and
why
then
he's
things
not
are gonna be like, oh no!
in Twin Peaks.
Yeah. Basically, they just didn't want his character to be in the next chunk of episodes dealing with stuff in Twin Peaks, so he's away doing something else that's mostly irrelevant.
Okay.
At least from what I can remember.
He fixes some woman's car and
He-
stays
well,
at her place.
He starts fixing it.
Yeah, I don't know if he actually fixes it, but I know he is there to fix it.
Okay, so what did you learn about Twin Peaks?
There is a Black Lodge.
There is a Black
So,
Lodge.
The wedding seemed to be fairly decent, aside from that one objection.
Anytime the mayor's on screen, I get a good chuckle. He's so perfect.
Oh yeah, and Andy dances with Denise. That's great.
Yeah, that's pretty great. Denise is just great in this episode.
Yeah.
It's just such a fun character.
Yeah, just to reiterate, Denise is nice.
Yeah, Denise or Dennis.
Denise.
Yeah, is pretty fantastic.
Ugh.
So we lost. Well, okay. So Major Briggs disappeared last episode.
Yes, because he was supposedly looking for the aliens.
If they're aliens.
Nah.
So, how long do we think it's going to be before Major Briggs comes back? If he comes back.
Maybe several more episodes.
He does have supposed importance.
Yep.
Well, yeah, he's also Bobby's father.
No,
Yes.
as it is, he's kind of one of the typical people that's been related with most of the big, eventful things, along with Bobby. But, I'd probably say maybe... sort of depending. I think they still need to kind of build things up. So, at least probably a couple of more episodes, depending on if they're going to do any more time skips.
No, we're not getting another time jump until between season 2 and 3.
Which is the largest one.
More so good black.
26 years.
Anywho's, yeah, I think at the least maybe 3 days or so. Either that, or it's probably going to be spanning over a weekish. About that.
Okay, so you're not expecting him back for like 6 or 7 episodes.
At the most.
Okay. So, the next episode we're going to be watching is called The Black Widow.
Okay, so this
In
has
one
to deal
sense-
with spiders?
In the one sense, the other sense, the third sense, or the weird sense?
All I'm going to tell you is that Dougie Milford dies.
Dougie.
Who's who?
He's the guy who got married in this episode.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, so it's that one. Okay.
And Nadine joins the wrestling team.
big plot point.
Things are supposedly gonna start making sense.
Well, you're going to get some good chuckles out of it.
Oh, I'm sure we will. And by chuckles, I mean,
And a major character is going to return.
Laura Palmer?
Yep.
Kidding. Wait, what?
My
Now you don't know
goodness.
what to expect.
God damn it.
My goodness, he spoiled the things. Everyone run. Things are gonna get crazy.
I could
Laura
also
Palmer.
just be lying.
Yeah, it's true. You are Paul.
I am indeed. Okay, so with the show becoming more supernatural, where do you think this is going to end up?
Possibly back in the certain circumstances of the season 1 finale, but more supernatural craziness of the other particular things. Who knows?
Okay, so let me
Specifically?
rephrase the question. Do you think we're ever going to see inside the White or the Black Lodge?
Yes.
Man, I think we're only going to see abstract thoughts of it.
Okay, that's interesting. Alrighty, so do either of you have any last minute thoughts?
I hope the Black Lodge doesn't end up being something similar to like the end of Evangelion.
I don't know what that means.
And as for me, I wanted to say that one particular line that Dick said while he was hanging out with Andy and the kid, but I sadly cannot remember it.
I don't know which line you're referring to.
Kabwah.
And, yeah. Alrighty, so I think that's going to be it for this week. I'm Paul.
No, I'm Dave.
And Justin.